All right, welcome back. You're watching Morning Cafe, and the conversation that you're having is about healing from relationship trauma. We have a big panel in studio with us, and we have Dr. Julius Kimani, a counselor, to help us also talk about this conversation from an expert perspective. And that conversation about closure bado imeongelewa hapa sana, but parting shot was daktari amesema it's good as long as you are in a perfect mental space to have it, and also just to look at the motives of the person calling for that closure. Now, I want to come to you, Gladson. Do you think it's easier to build trust after it has been broken by a significant other in a case where you feel you're sort of traumatized from that relationship?
Yeah, trust is a very, very complex thing, and people easily trust once. You only trust once, to be honest. And in that one time that you trust, you don't even give considerations to other things like what if he or she breaks my trust and stuff like that. You are always giving it wholeheartedly, believing that this love is true, what I'm doing is the best thing for me, I'm in the best moment of my life, I'm enjoying myself to the fullest. So when this person who you have given your full trust to breaks it, then that's the end of it. The next person that comes after this one, atakuwa tu utakuwa na ile unapea mtu unasema, I'm never going to give my all in this relationship because I know what happened the last time I did it. Yeah. So you'll always be having these ifs in the next relationship. However, it just depends with the situation also at hand, because you will find that in some situations you might find that the first person broke your heart and you stopped trusting people. Some people say that all men are stuff like that, but you find that maybe the next person, maybe this was just an episode in your life where you needed to learn and maybe grow as a person. So you find that the next relationship that you go into, as much as you will be using your time slowly so that you can trust, you'll find that with time, when you see this relationship starting to work and things taking shape, you will now decide as a person, now, mali nimefika with everything that I've seen, now I think this guy is okay. So I can actually now go in with my emotions, but at the end of the day, I have to carry my mind too. So it's possible for you to trust again. But yeah, it won't be as the first time. This time, you'll proceed with a lot of caution, with the ifs and ifs. But eventually, you will say, actually, it is working. So I'm good trusting this person.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
All right. Isaac, you see, Maslin talked about something. You heal, but now when you pursue relationship, you pursue it cautiously. What do you think of that? Because mtu anaenda relationship but you're just cautious about everything. Utashindo umejiuliza, am I safe? Does he mean well? What do you think about that?
Yeah, okay. Personally, I agree with that. Speaking from a personal experience, I've been through a number of relationships, and from the first one to this one, I think I can't compare the experience. The first one was so reckless, but I'm a fully qualified driver in this one, you know. So it goes. I think it's a process. You learn 2 things here. The next one you learn 3 things, like that, and I think it reaches a point whereby you're in a relationship, but you feel safe. If anything kukitokea kitu yoyote, you'll be ready to exit or something like that. And speaking about trust, I think that trust is very essential. Yeah. Because you can't be with someone you don't trust. Basically, that will be a pointless thing you're doing there. Yeah. So, and if just allow me to go back to something we were talking about previously about closure. Okay. I just wanted to bring my input. Okay. Okay. So, for me, I think closure is, from my experiences, a scam. I remember I was in this relationship, then things ended, then we were like, let's have some closure. But in the process, we were like, it wasn't that serious, let's give it another try, you know. Yeah, so closure ended up being the beginning of something else, you know, and it didn't last for long. And I think closure is just maybe an excuse to see your ex again, or maybe to catch feelings again. But I think the real closure is a self-given acceptance. Yeah. You accept that this has happened, I need to move on and pursue better things in life or better people in life. Yeah.
All right. Actually, I think this conversation about closure is something that we should talk much about, because everyone has a different opinion, but we'll be getting into that maybe badai some other time. But David, Maslins, you heal, but you're in a relationship cautiously. I would loosely translate it to mguu moja nje, mguu moja ndani. I don't know if that is what you meant, but what do you make of that?
No, on the onset, you cannot heal a body that you do not love. And it's now trying to actually read the patterns that happened before. Number one, trusting yourself. Most of the people who actually had failed relationships do not trust themselves enough. You'll hear things like, I do not trust myself with him in the same room. Now it's the aspect of be able to build trust for yourself, be able to build love, be able to build the ability to be comfortable in your own skin for you to be able to allow another person in. So that you do not put expectations that they need to love me this way, it's you already loving yourself that way. So just meeting each other at the middle. You've built yourself, they've built themselves, and it's just iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
So it's the idea of be healed, fully healed, before you actually decide to take on another person.
Not doing cautious things.
If you're going to love 100%.
Okay.
Go all in, deep dive.
Deep dive. Sang, you see, they say that when women love, they love wholeheartedly with everything that they have. And when Maslin is talking about, you heal, but you love cautiously. Do you agree with that? Just hold on to that. Anita is calling in. Anita, good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Interact with us.
Oh, I have a question regarding to the topic that is going on. Yes. The question is, okay, I mean,
Anita?
okay, I'm married.
Anita,
Yes.
kindly move away from your TV first. Yeah, I can hear myself, so songa kidogo.
Okay.
Yeah. Now talk to us.
Okay, I had a question. Okay, I'm married. Hello?
Hello, I can hear you, Anita.
Oh, my question is,
Yes.
I'm married. I'm 28 years.
Okay.
I'm married, a mother of two. Now the question is, whenever my husband goes to work, usually comes on weekends, he never calls. Hata ukimpigia simu anakwambia ngoja kidogo. Na kazi yenye anafanya si kazi ya kumzuia ashike simu. Na akishika anakwambia unataka nini?
Okay.
Na kama ni okay, pa kuprovide yeye ana provide kabisa. Lakini sasa shida ni simu hawezi fika. Yani ni kama anakuongo don't care. Kama ni mtoto ni msika akutumie pesa. Lakini hata shughulika. Hata ukimpigia umwambie si nimetuma pesa. Shughulika. No, mimi nilikuwa nataka kujua ni ignorance ama ako kwa relationship nyingine ama dake inaweza kuwa ni nini.
All right, Anita, thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. Daktari, ako na maswali pale. Anapendwa ama apendwa?
I think every relationship has got its dynamics.
Yeah.
One thing, they have not established a communication of understanding the husband's way of communicating. For him, I think he feels his definition of being a man is providing. So when she calls, have I not sent money? So he thinks that being a good man is providing. And also, the lady Anita here needs to have a conversation where she defines her need of communication. That there are times when she calls, she wants just to have a conversation with the husband. Number two, also understand the environment the husband works. Maybe they are not allowed, like in most banks, they are not allowed to pick the phones. Maybe he has never communicated that. So the main issue what breaks a lot of relationship is actually lack of communication. Then number three, Anita, stop overthinking. Because if you start thinking of there could be another woman, let me tell you, the mind has got an ability to create another relationship and assumptions. And by the time your husband comes back home, you will be looking at him and seeing like he's coming home with another woman. So unless you have caught him, stop overthinking. We have so many people who are now at work. Maybe there's a lady or a gentleman at home now, and or is at work, he has left the wife at home, and because of the stories of neighbors, the way neighbors wananyemelea watu wengine, they also begin to think that way. So may I believe the best thing is live at the moment, unless something comes up. Communicate your desires with your husband very openly. Tell him, mimi siwezi penda you cheat on me. And if you cheat on me, this is what I would do. Then live at the present. Enjoy your child who is there. Enjoy taking your tea instead of assuming that is the reason why he's not picking the phone. Kuna kamama na hapo nyuma. Na labda ni magari ziko huko nyuma. Hata si mama.
Okay. Anita, Daktari is saying communication is important in your relationship, so I hope you call in to tell us that something has changed about it. And Newton from Kiambu is also calling in. Newton, good morning. How are you? Newton? Newton, okay, we lost him. But you see, you want us to come back to Anita's call. You're saying she should stop overthinking. What happened to a woman's intuition?
You see, you see, even if you have an intuition, I would rather now engage that intuition to do my investigations instead of living a life of misery for example, a month. If the husband is not home for a month, every day you are living, imagining there is a woman somewhere who you have not seen. So I would rather even now decide to leave and go. If he's in Bomet, wacha niende huko Bomet nikao 1 week. Ndio nimuone kama akonafanya hivyo. But otherwise, human beings torture themselves for nothing. I was away for a month in November. I was abroad for a month. Now, if I start imagining what is my wife doing, or she starts imagining what is my husband doing, why is he quiet at this moment? My stay there would have been sad, and her stay here would have also been sad. So don't allow your mind to torture you. That's what I usually say. Unless you have a clear reason, that intuition, then follow it up to see, could there be anything? There are people who are living hell every single day because they have tracked their wives' phones. So every WhatsApp, hata WhatsApp sijui imetoka kwa kampuni ya TV, anaangalia imeandikwa hi dear, you start thinking the TV company, maybe every communication. Let me tell you, if you're looking for something, you'll find it. And when you find it, it will hurt you, and maybe it was not meant to hurt you. So I will say, stop being a policeman. Trust, that's why trust is very important. Trust is simply saying, I let you go. Ni kama huko ushago, wamama wanaachiliaga kuku, wanajua sitarudi jioni. So pia za zingine, leave your wife to go, leave your husband to go, live life. Otherwise you will live hell throughout.
Okay. Maslin, what's your take on that?
Okay, to be honest, my own opinion about the same is that there is something that Anita should be looking for. Because let me tell you, the thing is, if at all where they are working, you're not supposed to be picking calls. Why would you pick call and ask me what do you want? Why can't you just pick call and tell me that I'll call you later? There is a difference between telling me, just that 1 minute you're asking me what I want, you can actually tell me, here we are not allowed to pick calls, let me call you later. That is understandable. Yeah. But the fact that he doesn't pick calls, and I think the guy is just, the woman is saying that the guy is sending money and anakuambia, nimekutumia pesa. What does that tell you? First, already I feel like the guy is aware that perhaps the only thing that the woman wants ni pesa. You see? So any other thing you're supposed to be knowing where I am, where I'm working, where I'm not picking calls. And I'm an overthinker as well, just like Anita, and I feel that kuna ka secretary mahali. Yeah. Yes, someone is taking over. To be sincere.
Daktari, it's the way the husband says. Unataka nini sahi? Because Maslin is saying, anaweza pick simu kama he can pick it to say unataka nini, he can as well pick it to say you can call me at this time. So
I will look and say, I agree with her. There are those things that you can say, a relationship, that relationship probably there is no warmth. They have established, like maybe what the lady was saying there, you get married to a man because you wanted money. The moment he discovers that, he will be saying, "Sinmetuma pesa," because the relationship is money.
Hold on to that. Simon, good morning.
Good morning too.
Talk to us.
Hiyo nimefuatilia kipindi. Na nimesikia stories, sijui mtu anapigiwa simu akiwa job. alafu anachukua simu anaongea venye anaongea tu. But venye daktari amesema, that's the truth.
Unakubaliana na nini ya daktari?
Ati huyu mwanaume maybe anajua kuprovide, hiyo ndo kukuwa mwanaume kwa familia. Lakini there is this situation where tunasema mwanamke, kitu najua mwanamke amefanya ni ati ameumbiwa upendo, lakini mwanaume sasa amekuwa busy na that job, at least to provide for the family. So akikuwa busy kama hiyo environment haikubalishi achukue simu, mwanamke anafaa elewe juu si kila wakati ati simu inapigwa atakuongea na mwanaume vitu kaa hizo. Ampe tu muda tu, kama anamprovidea, that's the best thing.
Okay. Sawa.
Yeah.
Asante Simon. Thank you for calling in. The ladies are here to respond to that as well. And Sanga, will start with you.
Thank you so much once again. I would like to say that one day I was telling myself, I hope one day I'll have a chance to tell a word to people. I'm not yet married, but I know one day I will. So the only thing that I will tell married men, I will just say, because if I say, it will be something that I will have fulfilled. What I will tell a man, how can I call you and you're telling me what do you want? First of all, for me, it doesn't make any sense. You're hurting me. So I feel like if you are engaged to someone, please love them. Pick the call and say, I'll call you back later. Love them, because I believe that if you love one another so well, then you people can grow so much. Love them, like do not play them. Many people in marriages play their wives. So I feel like you should just love them. Do not have a second partner. If you've chosen me, please choose me. And I promise I will do you as well. So kindly let's love the other one. And there was a question you were asking about being cautious in a
We'll
relationship.
come to that. We'll come to that. Rose?
I'm really triggered. But, you know, Daktari has a point, but I don't fully subscribe to everything.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would call my mom today, and she would tell me, like, hello, niko kwa meeting, you know? Atasema niko kwa meeting, wacha nitakupigia baadaye.
Yeah.
And then you'll know to wait, you know? Maybe I'm not married. I am still a child. But, you know, I would say that, you know, maybe there was a storm in their marriage, and maybe something happened that I know men tend to, you know, change after one thing that we say as ladies, you know. Anaweza fanya makosa once and you become very harsh, and then they change. They just change. But then if that didn't happen, I'm like, you know, why would you pick the call and say, hello, unataka? Ama why would you say, si nimekutumia pesa? I mean, this is your child, sir. So why are you talking that way? And if you have a problem with communication in your place of work, why wouldn't you just say, you know, I'm having this problem. Things in work are tough, because things in work can get tough. Why wouldn't you just say, niko na shida? At least, you know, ladies are always compassionate. They will support you. For real. Hiyo siku utarudi utapata hata amekupikia, amekufanyia, you know. But why are you just on and off, and you have a child and this is your wife, and no.
Okay, Maureen, what do you think?
I agree with almost all of you.
Yeah.
But my thought is they lack communication and they lack some level of intimacy among them. Because if I cannot tell you, if she said a week, like the partner comes after a week. So the few days or the few hours he's around, they have not created an emotional connection. So they're operating like a business. Like you do this, I do this, we live. There is no intimacy between them. So what if, now that is where ukikaa kwa chama wanawake, mkikaa kwa chama unamwambia, asipokupigia, ujue ana cheat. Like that, the inciting will be there.
Yeah.
And because there is no relationship between you and your partner, it is a gospel truth. So I feel like they lack the communication and they lack the intimacy. So if they could just sit down, talk about it, how she expresses, this is how I feel, this is, hata anaweza mwambia, honestly, I feel like there's someone else.
Hold on to that.
Okay.
Mwas, good morning. Habari ya asubuhi.
Mzuri.
Asante sana kwa kupiga simu. Talk to us.
Ni kuhusu huyo mwanamke anasema ati mzee anaenda kazini alafu anamwambia ngoja kidogo nitakupigia. Nilikuwa nataka kutoa maoni yangu.
Tuambie, ongea na sisi.
Kama anaona ni kama huyo mzee wake anamcheat, anaweza mtafuta siku moja kama ameenda job, wate huko kazini, aenda angalie huwa anafanya nini huko, ndio aweze jua kama anamcheat ama, yani asiamini tu zile vitu ataambiwa hapa. Aende extra mile, amchunguze vizuri, ajue ni rada inakuanga ni gani.
All right. Asante sana, Mwas. You see, Mwas has come in with another perspective to it. But let me give Isaac a chance. You have something to say about it.
Okay. I think, just to be honest, as a man, I don't think there's a man who's so different that you can love your woman and fail to even call or maybe pick her call. And if you're held up, just tell her that you're held up or something. Elon Musk runs companies worth over 350 billion, but he goes on Twitter, tweets, people reply, and he replies to the replies, he replies to people. So imagine a man of that caliber. So I don't think it's really reasonable that there's a job so committing or so involving that you would put your woman aside. It's only that, just to be honest, maybe there's something going on, someone somewhere is taking over, or maybe that, the way Elijah said, the relationship is 20 years, but the guy left 19 years ago. He's just present for the children and provision of maybe,
So that might be reflecting in their marriage, right? We have 3 minutes, but I want to give the gentlemen a chance because they didn't tell us their opinion on this. So you told us. Gladson.
So first I will say this. When it comes to mambo na calls, it is subjective. So na kama mimi, I'm not a call person. Spendi calls. If you text me, I feel okay. So probably the man is also the same way. So you don't need to measure love with the number of calls that unapata per day. It's a wrong assumption. Unaona? Yeah, because mimi ukini text uniambie 1 2 3 4 I'll be okay. But if you call me throughout the day, I feel like it's more of a nag. Then number 2, kuna those that mtu akikupigia anakupigia na unasikia wewe mzee hujaacha pesa hasapo, unataka tukule nini na wewe ndio mwanamume wa hii nyumba, una get. So the next time anakupigia like again. So kuna kale ka attitude ya unataka nini. So that's it can manifest in so many ways. Hakuna mtu mwenyewe wanga na react on something just out of nowhere. There is always something behind someone behaving in a certain way. So unapata, mimi naweza sema hivi, for the lady, it's okay for you to worry, but also do a self-reflection. Why is this man behaving this way towards me? Am I the problem? And what is this thing that is happening and cause all these things? Because I might be reacting kuma mimi ndio issue, mimi ndio namuongelesha vibaya. Kuna tu unaweza ambia mtu, my husband, how are you? Leo uko fiti? Tulikuwa tunasema aje hatujakula sapa. Unapanga aje? Like there's this language that you talk to someone, hata yeye mwenyewe ata feel okay picking your call the next time. Lakini akijua tu anytime ana pick call yako ni violence. Hata mimi nita avoid. So it's always good to look at how you speak to people before judging them that you apende kuchukua simu yangu. Maybe ni yako ndiye ataki because the way you behave.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gladson. Dennis?
Yes.
Your opinion?
Reaction on the same. Okay. What happens is, for me, I'd look at the foundational analysis of all this. In that, you're married, yes. How was life always the same way? You know? And 2, to agree with Maureen,
Maureen?
Yes. There's a theory when we are learning about love in class. There's a theory published sometime in the 70s. It talks about love being a mix of passion, intimacy, and commitment. You know, and you find that absence or presence of one results in different things.
Yeah.
You know,
absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah.
So what happens is you find that in many cases people stay for the commitment. And again, to agree with Elijah, you've been there for 20 years, but the intimacy and the passion have gone away. You know, you're only there because you're committed to this person. That is 2. 3, displacement as a defense mechanism. You know, what are other factors that are happening in this person's life that are contributing, or in these 2 people's lives that are contributing to, you know, that kind of treatment towards each other.
All right, asante sana Gladson. Elijah, tukifunga na wewe in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Wewe mwenye yako ni gani? Tunaongelea hiyo story ya Anita pale.
So story ya Anita, actually, that lady, I'm telling her, sorry for that. When I was in high school, there was a teacher, alikuwa na girlfriend yake outside. So the lady decided she was actually texting him, but anakutana na grey ticks na blue ticks. Aliamua kuvisit mwalimu shule. So at that time alikuja na mama ya huyo kijana. Walipigana hapo bana.
All right.
So what I naambia watu, ladies, values attracts values. Kindly make sure that you love someone who have the same values with yours. Yeah.
Thank you so much. 2 hours of time is done, and I'm so sorry I cannot give you a chance to give us your parting shot. But we've talked so much about this topic, healing from relationship trauma. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Anne Odida. That brings us to the end of Morning Cafe. Fred and I will see you bright and early tomorrow. Enjoy your morning and the rest of your day.